Well, so Timus here. Now, pretty much almost every time, people always, think they're smart and say that Hollywood doesn't make original films anymore. Hollywood's all about sequels, remakes, this, that, blah, blah, blah. But the fact of the matter is, there are loads of original films. Like, looking at the list, there actually is more original movies this year than there was remakes and sequels. Yeah, but people don't like. Obviously, people don't go out to support them. Whatever. So I'm of course going to do my top 10 favorite original movies that came out this year. So here is my list. All right, number 10 is one that sadly did not do so well, and that is Good Fortune. Fortune is of course the directorial debut by Aziz Ansari, and it follows an angel named Gabriel, played by Reese, whose failed attempt to show Aj, played by Ansari, a struggling man that money does not solve one man's problem here, by body swapping him with this wealthy employer, played by Seth Rogen. And it's of course really like It's a Wonderful Life meets Trading Places in a weird way. I really had a fun time with Good Fortune. It was really hilarious here. Aziz Ansari was great. Seth Rogen was terrific. It's a really fun one. I mean, it's a shame Holly really no one went to go see it. But all right, number 9 is Friendship. Of course, this is about a suburban dad who fought hard for his kids, who pretty much befriends and is obsessed with his new neighbor here. Of course, Tim Robinson did such a good job. Paul Rudd's great. It is a really decent, fun comedy here. It is a dark comedy, say the least. It's a really decent one there. Number 8 is Companion. Now I actually technically do have two Zach Krieger based films on this list. Granted, he did not direct this; he was mostly like a producer and all, but still. Companion I thought was a really solid one. I mean, it was like one of the best first movies I saw this year. Sophie Dasher was great. I love the the horror aspects of it. You know, Jack Quaid, who's actually on this list again here. He does such a good job. It's such a really good film, like good horror sci-fi film. That's well worth watching. Number 7 is Novocaine. Novocaine was a really decent film. Of course, Jack Quaid was terrific. Uh, of course, Emma Mid done there. I mean, it is very original. Where like a man who is capable of feeling physical pain because of a rare condition, which is actually a real condition, by the way, which I know was something they used for the movie, but it's actually a real condition. And of course, he takes an unexpected advantage in the fight to rescue his girl here. And Emmerman Dunder, I just thought was terrific. Jack Quaid, Jacob Batalon, I thought it was a really fun, entertaining action thriller ride. I mean, it's such a shame, did not really do so well, but it is what it is, I guess. All right, number 6 is the movie Roofman. Roofman, of course, stars Channing Tatum, also having Kristen Dunst. Of course, this is based on a true story where like Channing Tatum plays like this guy who of course hides in a space of a toy store here and forms a relationship with this mother played by Kristen Dunst. And it's a really decent film. Channing Tatum's great. Kristen Dunst, Peter Dinklage is terrific in this. Now, I actually thought this was actually based on something, but it actually was original. So it is a true story, but it's not really based on. Unlike, let's say, the Smash Machine, or it's not based on like a documentary, nothing like that. So, all right, number 5, one of the most highest grossing original films of this year, Sinners. Sinners is a really good one. Of course, Ryan Coogler did like this was actually, I guess, say his first original film since Fruitvale Station, and he did a great job. The script was great. Mike B. Joy was terrific. Of course, obviously, Wunimi Makasco was good. Delroy Lindo, some really wonderful performances. Haley Steinfeld was great in this. It is such a really good, fun horror action film. That's well worth watching. Number 4 is Weapons. Weapons, of course, directed by Zach Krieger. I really don't like what Zach Krieger is definitely really good when it comes to original horror. He did great with Barbarian, and the year was actually really solid for original horrors. And Weapons is probably the best original horror film of the year, in my opinion. Definitely love the horror aspects. and Gladys, played by Amy Madigan, was great. It's such a really good one there. All right, number 3, I'm going with the movie Jay Kelly. Jay Kelly is, of course, directed by Noah Baumbach, starring George Clooney, Adam Sandler. I thought it was a really decent original film, great script, great dialogue, great chemistry with Clooney and Sandler. I mean, Noah Baumbach is great when it comes to original content, and this is definitely one of them. All right, number 2 is K-pop Demon Hunters. Of course, another Netflix film on this list. Definitely had a fun time with this one. I love the animation style. The music, Golden's great. It's such a really good one. I mean, I could have easily gone with either this or maybe Elio, which is another original anime film, but I decided to go with K-pop Demon Hunters because that's a really good one there. Like, both are great, but I actually prefer K-pop Demon Hunters, to be honest with you. And my number 1 pick is Marty Supreme. Marty Supreme is literally in my top 10 favorite films of the year, which I'll do that list on New Year's Eve. But yeah, Marty Supreme is excellent. It's funny. It's really dramatic. I mean, Josh Safdie, who's no stranger to original content because of Uncut Gems, because of Good Time. He does such a good job here. It's such a really good one. I mean, if you guys haven't seen it, it's in theaters. Give it a go. But that's pretty much it there. Here is my quick rundown. Number 10, Good Fortune. 9, Friendship. 8, Companion. 7, Novocaine. 6, Roofman. 5, Sinners. 4, Weapons. 3, Jay Kelly. 2, K-pop Demon Hunters. And number 1 is Marty Supreme. Now, there's some others I could have included as well. Let's see what else we have here. A couple of my honorable mentions I like to include. Let's see. F1 is a really good one. One of Them Days is another good one. Definitely not Flight Risk. Presence, that's a pretty decent one. The Monkey is actually based on like a short story, so it's not really original. So there's that. What else we got here? Heart Eyes is a pretty good one. Sorry about that. Let's see what else we got here. The Friends is a pretty good one. Warfare I could have included. Drop, that's another one I could have included. Let's see what else we got here. Bring Her Back is another good one there. Let's see. Dangerous Animals. The Life of Chuck is actually based on like a short story, if I'm not mistaken. So that's not original. Materialist, Eddington, Splitsville, The Threesome. Sorry Baby is another good one I could have included. I mean, there's some really great ones, like great original content. But let me let you guys. What are some of your favorite original films of 2025? Draw comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for notification. This is Simon Sign.